Are you ready to learn some real life English with comprehensible input? Well, good, because today we're going to prepare a delicious feast from the country of Turkey, and we're going to do it on the grill. Let's go. All right, guys, today we're going to make a Turkish feast. My wife and I, my little camera wife and I, are going to eat. So good. So we're going to make flatbread, we're going to make hummus, we're going to make something called cacık, I think is how it's pronounced. And the main dish is going to be kebabs. We're going to serve it with a Turkish yellow rice. I'm gonna make all kinds of stuff, guys. And we're also gonna learn some interesting things about the country of Turkey along the way. So let's start by making the dough for the flatbread, okay? So, wife, what's the first thing I should do if I'm going to be mixing dough with my hands?
You need to wash your hands.
I need to wash my hands. Smart wife. So, wash my hands because I'm going to be mixing the dough with my hands. All right, guys, there's a million different ways to make dough. I'm gonna make it quick and simple with only 2 ingredients. Wife, what ingredients are they going to be?
Flour and water.
Flour and...
Salt.
And...
What?
Flour and yogurt.
Oh.
Guys, this, I'm not sure if they actually do this in Turkey, but this is a way that I like to make dough, and it makes incredible pizza crust. I know that for sure. I've made pizza with it. And I saw online that you can make these flatbreads with it, and it's super fast. So that's what we're gonna do today. So, flour, 1.5 cups of flour. Okay, 1.5 cups of flour. Now we need 1 cup yogurt. Now, we have our yogurt, we have our flour. We're going to put a little bit of salt in for flavor. Exactly that much. 10 shakes, 10 shakes. And guys, I'm gonna do something else just to make it look cool. Because like I said last time you guys saw me cook, how it looks is very important for how it tastes. So guys, I got something very cool today. This is called a cleaver. I've always wanted one, but I never had it. Today I saw it at the store, so I bought it. This is called parsley. I'm gonna take just a little bit of parsley. Oh yeah, this cleaver's awesome. Okay, parsley in. Now we mix. Just slowly start bringing it all together. Keep on mixing. And eventually this is going to turn into a ball of dough like this. Like this. All right, guys, so when you have your ball of dough like this, you have to do something called kneading it. Okay, kneading it means you keep folding it over like that. You fold it over. That's kneading bread or dough, and it helps with the texture of the dough to make better bread. So here's our dough for our flatbreads. We're gonna put that over here in this bowl and let it rest for about 20 minutes while I get everything else ready. All right, guys, this is a pot, and this is what we're going to use to cook our rice. So we've got our pot, got some butter here. Going to put a little bit of butter into our pot. And this is going to give the rice a good flavor. In this bowl, I've got our rice, which I already rinsed. Put the rice into our pot. This is going to be a super simple rice, guys. We're just gonna put a little bit of salt, some turmeric, which is gonna give it that color. And the secret ingredient, which is going to give it a beautiful flavor, but also some extra protein. Some chicken bone broth. This is made by boiling. You guys know what boiling is if you watch my videos. They boil chickens in water and you get bone broth. It's very healthy for you. It has protein and it's delicious. So many things to make, guys. All right, wife, what do we do to the rice now? Let it cook. Just let it cook. My wife doesn't like me picking on her. I have to give her a little kiss. Mwah. Okay, now, all right, let's make our cacık. Guys from Turkey, please tell me, am I pronouncing this correctly? Is it cacık? Because if I was reading it, I would say cacik or cacık. But I heard it on a video, somebody said cacık. So tell me, am I saying it right? Okay guys, more yogurt. You guys eat a lot of yogurt over there in Turkey, don't you? That's cool because yogurt is very healthy, full of protein and probiotics. Probiotics are actually little tiny living organisms, and when you eat them, they go down into your stomach and they help to digest the food. But it is an essential part of a healthy gut. Gut is another word that we call stomach. Okay. Wife, what's this?
Cucumber.
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 This is an organic cucumber because I want my wife to be healthy. I buy her organic.
Thank you very much.
Alright guys, and we need that much with my cleaver. We're just going to chop this nice and thin. This knife is awesome.
And dangerous.
Not for me because I'm a master. Now we need these nice and small. Okay, I don't think we want a whole lot of cucumber. So I'm gonna stir it up a little bit and see how that looks.
I want a lot of cucumber.
Baby wants a lot of cucumber. Okay, wife gets what she wants. That's gonna be fresh and delicious. How does my cacık look, baby?
Great. Looks delicious.
Okay, now the secret ingredient, mint. Smells so good, guys.
Wow.
Okay, a little bit of mint in there. This is gonna be so fresh. All right, and the last ingredients to the cacık, a little bit of salt, and it's optional, which means you can do it if you want to, but you do not have to. A little bit of garlic. Guys, I baked some garlic. I baked it in the oven because roasted garlic, which is what you call this, is delicious. So we've got this roasted garlic, and it's super soft, super, very flavorful. I love garlic, and that's gonna add a ton of flavor. That's my cacık. Wanna try it, wife? It's good, guys. Now we're gonna put this in the fridge while we get everything else ready. All right, guys, everything's going great, but we have one problem. We've got a little bit of extra vegetables. Baby, what do we do with our extra vegetables in this house? Who do we give it to?
Wings.
We give it to Gwen. Connor, bring in the guinea.
Presenting the most dangerous creature in this universe. Don't be fooled by
This
her.
is my son Connor and our guinea pig Gwen.
Don't be fooled by her innocence. She's an evil mastermind. Wants to take over the
Gwen
world.
loves vegetables.
Yes, she's a veggie-loving maniac.
All right, guys. Next thing we're going to make hummus. We say hummus. If you hear a person from the U.S. asking for this, they're going to say hummus. But my Muslim friend from Lebanon, Mohammed, told me that they say it hummus. So we're going to make some hummus. Okay. So chickpeas, bought some good olive oil for today because in Turkish cooking or any Middle Eastern cooking, you have to have good olive oil.
No, amor, ahora quiero chip.
My wife is just eating all of my chickpeas. Okay, good olive oil. About that much for now. We'll add some more roasted garlic because it's delicious. And we need some lemon juice. Don't get the juice in your eyes, guys. Don't get the juice in your eyes like I just did. That doesn't feel good. This is called squeezing a lemon. To squeeze. To squeeze. A lot of recipes will tell you to squeeze a lemon or a lime. And we'll see how that tastes. And I can add more if I need to. All right, I'm gonna try and use this. This is called an immersion blender. See if that'll make it a little bit faster. Oh yeah, that's much better. We need a little bit more lemon, a little bit more olive oil. And our hummus is looking good. All right guys, just to make it look a little better, I'm gonna take our hummus and put it in this little bowl because it's all about presentation.
Me das la spoon.
My wife says, give me the spoon. Here, baby, try that. All right guys, so camera wife likes it. Now this is an ingredient I didn't even know what it was. I searched for it and found it for you guys in order to make the kebabs, but also a lot of people put it on their hummus. It's called sumac. All right guys, now just to make our hummus look good, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of sumac on there. Kind of light. And then I saved a couple of chickpeas whole. Then just for color and decoration, a little bit parsley. And that's my hummus. What do you think, wife? Look good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, traditionally, they eat this at room temperature. But here in the United States, people usually eat it cold. Amor, would you rather try it traditionally or in the refrigerator?
I think, I don't know.
We're gonna do it traditionally to
Yeah.
respect our
Yeah.
Turkish friends.
Okay.
All right. Now, the star of the show. Time to make some kebabs. All right, guys, so I guess for this recipe, you could use beef or lamb or any kind of meat you really want, but lamb is the most traditional and we're trying to be respectful to the tradition. So we got ground lamb. What sound does a lamb make, wife?
I know. Don't do that.
Oh, and okay guys, also, it is halal. So don't worry guys.
Kiss.
You know what halal is, baby?
No.
Halal is something that's very important for people who practice the religion of Islam, Muslims. It's the way that the animal is killed. Okay, it means all the blood is drained from the animal and it is therefore clean and they're able to eat it according to their religious standards.
I agree with that.
We are eating halal today, guys.
I like that.
And Jewish people have something similar, but they call it kosher. Our seasonings here, we've got smoked paprika, which is a pepper cooked over fire. Sumac, I don't know what that is. Tell me what it is, guys. Salt, black pepper, and cumin. That's going in. This is going to be very flavorful. And guys, those of you guys in the Middle East, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, the Middle Eastern countries, I love the way you guys cook. I'm starting to learn more about your dishes, and I absolutely love all the different flavors that you guys use in cooking. So I'm going to learn more and more about it and keep on trying new dishes. All right guys, onion. These big peppers, guys, we call bell peppers. That is a bell, so I guess these are kind of shaped like that. I don't know. All right guys, now all the recipes I saw say to put these in a food processor. A food processor is something that you put the food in and it's, but I don't have a food processor and I just bought this awesome knife. So I'm about to process this the old-fashioned way, just like this. Should look like that, guys. But I'm going to see how there's all kinds of water in there. We got to get that liquid out because that will make the kebabs fall apart when we're grilling it. So guys, this is paper towel. Paper towel. Put our pepper and onion mix on here. And we're going to do the same thing that we did to the lemon. What verb did we do to the lemon?
Squeeze.
Squeeze. That's exactly what we want, guys. Get rid of that water. Alright guys, most of the water's out. We put it in a bigger bowl. Put our mix in here. And we're also going to add a little bit of parsley to the meat, just for color and some extra flavor.
Wow.
And some more garlic, because garlic makes everything better. What is the one thing that garlic does not make better, wife? Kisses. Get it? Right? Right?
Yeah.
That's it. Alright guys, this is my grill. You guys have seen me cook in the kitchen. You haven't seen me cook on the grill yet. Today we're gonna do our kebabs on the grill. But first, I want to give you guys something a little bit extra in this video. So I want to help you guys out with something that a subscriber from Iraq asked me in an email. So they said, sometimes you say things that are very native, like putting two words together and they sound different. Could you explain that in a video? Yeah, I can, with pleasure. So guys, what the subscriber was referring to is, it's called a reduction, but it's when we take two words and smash them together, okay? For example, going to becomes gonna. So instead of saying, I am going to do my homework later, a native would say, I'm gonna do my homework later. Want to becomes wanna. So I might ask a friend of mine, do you wanna go get some lunch with me? Have to becomes have to. So you might say, hey Kyle, do you wanna go fishing with me tomorrow? And I will not say, no, because I have to work. I'll say, no, I have to work tomorrow. I have to work. And guys, the last one of these useful tips for today, used to becomes used to. An example is, I used to go fishing with my friend Ernie all the time. Guys, if you like these tips, tell me and I'll make this a regular section in the videos. I can help you guys out with little pieces of information like this to have you speaking like a native in no time. All right, let's get back to the Turkish kebabs. This is a lighter. This is my grill. This is charcoal. So we pour the charcoal on the grill, stack it up to stack it up, make like a little mountain, and then you light it with your lighter. Now this charcoal, guys, is called instant light because it already has a fluid on it that is flammable. So all you have to do is take a lighter and light it. All right guys, while this is getting ready, we're gonna go in and make the bread real quick. Hurry up, wife, come on, come on. Okay guys, this new oven we got for this house is awesome. It has this thing right here, and this is where we're gonna cook the flatbreads. This you could call like a flat top, maybe. Here we're gonna get the breads ready. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my cutting board. This is a cutting board. Try and do this nice and fast. This, guys, it's called a rolling pin. Use it to roll out dough. All right, got our flatbreads rolled out. Let's put them on here to start cooking. All right, guys, this is called a skewer, and we're making our kebabs. Take some meat, wrap it around the skewer. All right, guys, our flatbreads are done. I'm going to put them in the oven at a very low temperature, just to keep them warm until we're done with our kebabs. Here we've got our kebabs. And you put the meat on the skewer. Now in Turkey they have different kinds of skewers that are much bigger, so I'm scared that the meat's gonna fall off of these, but we're gonna try our best. So I'll see you guys at the grill. Okay guys, because my skewers are not the right kind, I'm scared they'll fall apart. So I put down a piece of foil and we'll try and start them on that. And then we have one that's going to be a patty. A patty is what we call the thing that is on a hamburger. See what happens, guys. Let's close this so it can get some smoke and heat, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in a few. Alright guys, so far looking pretty good. I think we're gonna be alright. Now let's start learning a little bit about Turkey. One interesting fact that I found about Turkey is the first coin in the whole world is made in Turkey. This is a coin, guys. We call a coin the money that is made out of steel. These little round things, we call them coins, okay? This is a quarter, 25 cents here in the US. That's the first American president, George Washington. But way, way, way before George Washington existed, they already were making coins in Turkey. Another important piece of vocabulary when you're grilling, when we cook on the grill, we call that grilling. Tongs. These are a griller's best friend, okay? And right now I'm going to try and turn over my kebabs without them falling apart. Let's see. Another interesting fact about Turkey that I want my Turkish friends to tell me about, okay? So, Turkey is a majority Muslim country, okay? Most of the people in Turkey are Muslim. They practice the religion of Islam. However, the national beverage of Turkey is alcoholic. In English, it's called lion's milk, okay? Now, I thought that in Islam, alcohol was strictly prohibited, meaning that a Muslim cannot drink. So tell me, my Turkish friends, is this the drink in Turkey that only people who are not Muslim drink? Or do the Muslims in Turkey drink alcohol occasionally as well? I'm interested to know. Please tell me, guys. Alright guys, so my plan worked. Putting the foil down, cooked them enough to make them stay together. Now I have them over the fire, the open flame. And another interesting fact about Turkey is that there is a dessert in Turkey. A dessert is the sweet food that people like to eat after they eat something like this. And this dessert has chicken in it. My wife just made a face. Like, what? That is so weird for us to hear. But this is a pudding, a chicken pudding, and it has chicken, milk, sugar, and cinnamon. Sounds strange, but if I was in Turkey, I would sure try it. Guys, I've worked hard for this meal. I'm excited. Our kebabs are done, flatbread, cacık, hummus, and our yellow rice. And this is how I'm gonna do it. Take my flatbread, take my kebab, And then I'm gonna put some cacık on here. And I'm gonna have myself a little wrap. See how it tastes.
What do you think?
Delicious. Super good. One more interesting fact. My wife is dying to eat, guys, so let me be really quick. 2 interesting facts, very quick. We'll end this video. There are 2 cities in ancient Turkey. I don't know if I'm saying them right, but Termessos and Silion. These were the only 2 cities in all of Asia Minor that Alexander the Great could not conquer. So that makes me think that the Turkish people must be a brave and strong people, because Alexander the Great took over pretty much the whole world, but he could not with you guys. The next interesting fact is that one of the national sports of Turkey is olive oil wrestling. So the wrestlers put olive oil on and then they wrestle. I'm starting to think that's why Alexander could not mess with them. Alexander the Great came and was like, I'm gonna take these people over. They poured the olive oil on themselves and said, come on, Alex. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. My wife and I worked very hard on it. We're gonna have a great dinner now. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate your cultures. I appreciate you wanting to be here with me learning English. Thanks a lot. See you in the next video.
Mom.